Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thoth Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day today, and we are going to get right into the cards and the channeled messages. I got some really good channeled messages last night, and I want everybody that wants to put their name in any of the comments, put your first name and the day you were born and the month you were born, and I'm going to draw two names this month for a free reading from me via email. So put your name and get it in there. We've got quite a few going in. The two things I tell everybody to do is manifest and meditate. Those are the two most important things that you can do at this point with your spiritual journey. And this is all about our spiritual journey. So come on, let's go for a journey. Are you on a quest or a journey? Let's see. So now, today is 5/14 of 2024. It's an 18, which is a 9. And we know what the 9 is. We read it all the time. It's the last number. It was always the last number until they changed it. And then they put decimals in and then went to 10. So it was always a 9. That's why it always goes into itself. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom and an unconditional, deep healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown and the new. Its energy field is indestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 equals 18, whose digits add up to 9. 9 times 9 is 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9, add them two digits together, and the resulting number is 9. You know, we're going to have to learn so much because I think we're going to find out the math is completely wrong. I wasn't good in math, not at all. I was good for a while, but then, yeah, it got bad. It is almost as if it absorbs every other number through this calculation. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. Yeah, really think about that when it's saying that, because it is a beginning and it's the end. It's the end. That's where we're going. I have wrote a lot of channel notes down, and I've been getting a lot of information. So I'm gonna read some of my notes as we go. Um, I know that downloads are coming through instantly through telepathic awareness. So we are becoming aware and getting downloads because I'm feeling it and I'm seeing it. And you could feel into it too. Feel into the energy around you. Practice that. Practice manifesting things. Lisa's manifesting all the time. She's doing great. I'm manifesting all the time. And don't get discouraged if what you get at first isn't what you manifest right away. Be patient and be grateful. The gratitude is a must. We have to be grateful for what we have, even if it's not much. So, yeah, the awareness is coming, and we are awakening fast now. Pay attention to signs and nudges. And that's what I've been doing too. Now, the Soul Helper Oracle, we usually get one, and we got two cards. And I kept them because of the meaning. Now, this is a number 12, which goes down to a 3, which is a divine, the Trinity. A new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. You have drawn this card because an aspect of your life is not progressing and is at a standstill. Something is making you feel constrained, inhibited, and unhappy. You are going around in circles and have lost sight of the path to happiness, which is a great loss. Let go of what is making you feel lonely and weighed down inside. Even if, by all appearance, it should have the opposite effect. Stop being blinded or fooled by externals, even if some people question your ability to do so. Make a choice for yourself now and for the true path of your soul before it is too late. Do not cling to old hopes and dreams that are unfulfilling and complicated. Look for a new strategy, Work out a plan that will quickly steer you towards a fulfilled and happy life. But stay on your guard and avoid involvement in hasty actions that will drag you down. It is time to confront decision making, to get out of your comfort zone and shake off your self imposed shackles. Your soul has no need for ostentation nor self affirmation, but instead it requires freedom and the prospect of a natural and light fulfilled path. It is calling you and telling you to be guided by your heart and to follow love. This card tells you to bring some order to your inner world and cast a sober eye over all that surrounds you in the outer world to establish order there too. It is a question of finding a new direction. And yeah, she looks like she's going in a new direction. Now, your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the dragon, the herbalescent oil is the lavender, the healing crystal is the black tourmaline, and the number is 3. I have 2 black tourmalines right here, and they're great for energy work, especially when you're feeling like negative vibes around you or you have somebody negative around you, that it really helps to have that in your pocket. I told my friend to give it to her child that was anxious in school, and she said, "You don't know how much that helped." He carried it around in his pocket. And every time he felt anxious in school, he would just play with it in his pocket and rub it because it's so smooth and it took his mind off of it. I hope you brought your coffee. We got coffee and cards tonight. Now, the number 3 indicates that now is a good time to take care of your soul families, both in this world and in others. Make contact and tell them that you love and need them. They will hear you. You will find strength, healing, and answers among those closely connected to you. This number teaches you to look at everything to become an observer, and wisdom will come. Number 3's energy field brings about diversity, creativity, creative energy, the overcoming of duality, and understanding and seeing the world of the divine. That is a beautiful card. We got some really deep uh, cards in the Oracle today. I mean, they were like boom, boom, boom. It was a good message. We get a number 35, which is an 8. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. And it's amazing. We got wolves again. Yesterday we got the wolf and it said, listen. Now we've got the white wolves. And they're telling you to follow your visions. The wisdom of the wolf is to adapt to life circumstances without losing sight of what is important or straying from the path of their own vision. Trust your instincts, your inner strength and guidance. Safeguard your vision by establishing clear boundaries, defending your territory, and never giving others the power to unsettle you. Trust your intuition and never let anyone take that away from you. You have drawn this card because your forebears, your ancestors, are calling to you. It is time to rediscover your visions. Shamans and druids once wore the skin of the wolf as a sign of their great spiritual power, leadership, and inner strength. This mission to follow your vision with inner strength now falls to you in order for you to achieve truly great things. You will need courage for the path ahead, and you will be granted a higher perception. Meditate upon it and open yourself to the light flowing toward you. You have the ability within you to expand your perception for the benefit of all living beings. The helpers for the next 21 days is the power animals, the wolf, the herbal essence is cypress, the healing crystal is emerald, and the number is 8. And that is infinity also. Okay. Number 8 tells you that now is the time for harmony, calm, and a place of retreat. You have been given the gift of a light that opens your mind and delivers the strength to create something that will last for all time. Should you want to do so, number 8's energy field opens your eternity for you. It is renewal, paradise, spirituality, calm, mindfulness, and the completion of transformation. Those were beautiful cards. And yesterday we've got the wolf. And, I was doing some channeling earlier, and it's something about the mission. I have so many doodle notes. Okay. I'll think of what I did with it here pretty soon. I'm sure. I just have so many channeling. Oh, okay. Our mission is to be the light in the storm, the lighthouse in the storm. I've said that many times. Yeah. Okay. I knew I said something with mission. I couldn't remember what it was, but everything gets channeled usually beforehand when I read these cards. And when I see these cards come out, it's like, wow, okay, because I pretty much know the definition of most of them. But, I like to read it because it's a different perceptive other than mine. Yeah, I can talk tonight. It's after midnight here, so I try to do these because tomorrow I'm going to be busy. And if I don't do them sometimes late at night, I don't get to them. And then you don't get a reading. We don't get a reading. Okay, now we got the moon. Take note of intuitive messages, and you really have to do that because we have so many downloads coming in right now. It's scary. Use your intuition, practice discernment, see through illusions and blockages. The moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and the energy of receiving. If the sun is teacher, the moon is teacher, and so she offers a powerful energy of polarity and balance. She has a cycle energy and is therefore strongly connected to emotions, which often come and go in waves, and to somewhat interesting behavior. So when the moon appears in a reading, you are often being told that not everything is as it seems. The moon has a dark side, just dark, not negative, and can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. Lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is as it seems, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased. So take note of any feeling arising at this time. They are messages from your soul angels, and the moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you are avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. If so, it could be holding you in the shadows when your destiny is to be in the light. If this card appears when you feel someone isn't being completely real with you, know that their intentions will be revealed to you. The moon has no secrets. She reveals all. Yeah, and I think I said something else in my writings about something revealed behind the curtain or something. I don't know. I'm going to read them here in a little while because I was just channeling like crazy. Let me know if any of you guys are channeling because everybody's a channeling. And when you're getting the dreams and the channeled messages, you should have a notebook and be writing them down, maybe write the dates. That way you can look back in, a couple months and say, wow, okay, that was a message and I really didn't understand it, but I'm going to look at it differently now because it's different perceptions. Okay, we got the wise one, grow within your current situation. And this is an interesting card because she's got the feathers in her hair, which the white feather is our guardian angels surrounding us, which we always know they are. And she's got the raven, but the raven has a black pearl in its mouth. And then the owl is the wise, and it's got the moon, the crescent moon over the owl's head. So it's an interesting. I'm thinking that the black pearl, it reminds me of like a pirate quest or something. I don't know. It's just I don't know why it has a black pearl. I don't know. It's interesting. I've been noticing that black pearl in that bird's mouth for a while. Knuckle down, be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insight from your elders. The wise one represents the wisest aspect of the teacher, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the teacher. Because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hand represents the capacity to overcome the dark times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. The wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your task and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Yeah, we are in the right direction. We're here, and that's the point. We're learning, and it's all within us. We just have to remember. We just have to pull it out of us. But I really feel that every time we hear something that we resonate with, that it's going to pull a little more information out for us to unwind. I think it'll will unfold. It'll unfold all at once at one point when we get to there. Now we also got the Druid hold the space. And I thought it was interesting. We got the wise woman and the Druid. It's like the crone and the sage. That's what it reminds me of. The sagiest. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. That's interesting because I wrote down in here, since I came to that, I better do this. Okay. I gotta get a new tablet. I got too many doodle notes. Yeah, I put spirits, emotions, stay out of chaos, hunker down, and have at least a month of food and water and watch the unfolding of the chaos. That was a message that I am supposed to put out in the ether because that is a message I channeled. I've got like a ton of notes, so just bear with me because I'm kind of slow. I should have made it, but I don't write anything in order. It's just when it's coming in, I am like kind of scribbling it down because I have to do it when I'm thinking. When you dream and you wake up, if you don't write the dream down and it's not a really vivid dream, within 5 minutes you forget it. There's some dreams, I mean, stay with you forever. I've had dreams I could tell you without looking at it. But then there's other dreams that I forget parts of it. So it's good to write the date that you had the dream and what it was about. Like have a dream journal beside your bed. It's really, or have a dream journal, but also have a journal because, like, say you're laying in bed and you get this eureka moment if it's something that you just woke up and you've got to write it down so you'll remember because that's your quest, that's your journey right there, that's your story. So yeah, write your story. It's unique. Remember, everybody's unique. You have that one little magic sparkle, that fingerprint, that magic fingerprint that nobody else has. The creator gave that to us for each individual, but we are all connected in consciousness. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? The Druids were the ancient wise one of Britons, Ireland, and France. They had a deep connection with the earth and the sun and the moon, and so did she. So did the wise one. The scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perception and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to be for taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. I did put in there that we should stay in place right now if we possibly can, because the next few months are it's going to be pretty chaotic. I also have down that if any of you like to research, I am going to start to research it because I've had so many dreams about things like this. I keep thinking about the world fairs. And if you look at the world fairs, when they say the world is a stage, I think back and the world fairs started in 1791. And if you look at the world fairs, when they came into places like Chicago, Philadelphia, and New York, I think New York was the first one, they were like whole cities they built. I mean, literally look at them. They're amazing. They weren't just like carnival rides. They were whole cities. And as soon as they left, they'd tear them all down. So if they can do that back in 1791, they didn't do it with horse and buggies and a chisel and a hammer. They did it with something else. They've also, they seen chariots on fire. Well, what could that be? I don't know, but I know there is a higher, uh, we're not the smartest people in the world. And I really believe that there is something else out there that we have no idea what it is. And I'm sure there's something smarter than us. There's got to be. But so far, so good. It hasn't came after us. That's a good plus. Must be loving. Okay, now we got change is unavoidable, and it is because we are going through massive change and we have to go with the flow. Because in this card, if you look at the snake, it's shedding the old skin. It's wrapped around him. His eyes are wide open. He's got the lion over his crown. He's got the black egg, and it's got light coming out of it. This is the new rebirth of the old. And it's got the butterfly, the moon, the sun, the dragonfly. And as you see, this tree is like fall dying, and this tree is like growth spring. Change is unavoidable. Change every second of every day, you undergo change. Your perception is altered by what you see, feel, and experience from one moment to the next. Your body ages and moves closer to death with every breath. Autumn will always come to end the bounty of summer, and new hope of spring will always follow the winter. Change is all around you. Do not let your fear bind you to the past and prevent you from enjoying your present and future. Stop fighting. You cannot resist the inevitable, so choose instead to embrace it with acceptance and peace. Yeah, I think we should ride it like a roller coaster. We're going into it anyway. We can't stop it, so have fun with it. Now we got do not fear the unknown. And it says change is unavoidable. So we don't need to fear the unknown. Okay, yeah, she's there. The ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful not always good and just. Failure or not predetermined, nor is it a given that others laugh at you if you choose to follow your dreams. It is your fear of the unknown that makes you question and judge. Do not let anything or another experience be the truth that guides you. Do not allow your fear of an unknown outcome to hold you prisoner. Your own experience could be both different and rewarding. Live. Uh, yeah. We really need to live in this world. We can't avoid what is coming. So I think we just need to ride the wave and make a magic dance, make it magic out of it. We can't change it. This card come out, and this is Be Malice, and she looks like she's ready to poke you with her staff. You have been hurt, disrespected, and disappointed by others. Another has let you down or betrayed you. It is normal and natural to experience feelings of anger, hurt, and disappointment. To feel any and all emotions is natural, but you have choices always in how you respond. Do not allow your hurt to become a source of infection. Knowledge it, learn from it, your experiences, and then let the anger and hurt, disappointment go. Yeah, acknowledge it, set it free. You can't live in it. It's not, once you're done with it, it's not there anymore. Do not allow them to inspire retaliatory acts born of malice and spite. So we have to be really careful right now out there. We don't want to do that. We've got to learn how to let things go with love and release it because we all had a contract with somebody or something, somebody, even if it's like somebody that came in your life for a couple days, you still have that contract with them that you would meet in this lifetime and maybe do something or nothing, either way. But we can't hold grudges. That's the wrong thing to do. Now, I am going to let me read the practical magic. Practical magic is called. And this is seven, physical strength, and this is protector. And she's got her buck there. She's holding a spear. She's got the snake. The snake is like hanging. I don't know if it's dead or alive. It looks like it's alive. She's got fur around her. She's like, she's like yeah, she's strong. She is like there. She's ready to like conquer the world. Your body is your temple. Care for it, respect it, and nurture it out of love, not punishment, and become the best version of you. Good health and well being are the most precious possessions of all. Yet, for so many, they are the lowest priority and the first thing sacrificed when life gets busy. Adding some movement to your day will give you more energy, lower your risk of illness and disease, improve sleep, help you live longer, and improve your quality of life. Being strong physically also makes you stronger emotionally and mentally. So it's easier to deal with stress, anxiety, and depression. Stretching your physical limits challenges your mind as well as your body and enhances your willpower, motivation, discipline, and determination, which will carry over into all aspects of your life. You'll learn a lot about yourself and realize you are far stronger, braver, and more capable than you ever imagined possible. When this card comes to you, it's a message to prioritize your health and well-being, to nourish your body with good nutrition and strengthen it with movement. This is not about exercising because you hate your body, but because you love it. Being active is a reward, not a punishment. It's a way to honor and care for your physical self out of respect for hard work it does for you. There is nothing more important or more sacred than looking after yourself emotionally and physically. Physical activity can and should be part of your spiritual practice. It quiets the busyness of your brain and fosters connection between your mind, body, and heart. Whichever way you choose to move your body, it will help you focus, clear the stresses of the day, and flood you with feeling endorphins. Getting stronger physically will help you feel more empowered emotionally, and committing to fitness goals will assist you in achieving your work goals and vice versa. It's also a wonderful way to give yourself some precious time alone, time that you deserve to take. It's not selfish to practice self-care, for you can now look after others. You cannot look after others and reach your full potential without prioritizing your own health. Moving your body is not about looking a certain way or reaching a certain number. It's about living longer and being able to enjoy your life. And your health and well-being become even more important as you age. Those who are regular strength training have less falls, less physical and mental deterioration, and are able to remain independent for longer. If you haven't been physically active for a while, be patient and take it gradually. Don't push yourself too far, too fast. You will slowly get stronger, healthier, and fitter day by day, week by week. But it's not a competition. Just start where you are and do what you're able to do with what you have now. Aim to be the best you that you can be. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing or compare yourself to others. Do what you can within the physical limitations you're dealing with. Some people can run marathons while others may get the same sense of achievement from being able to walk up and down their hallway or jogging around the block. Don't overcomplicate it or put too much pressure on yourself. All you have to do is add a little movement every day in whatever form of exercise you choose. You don't have You don't have to be good at it. This is not about being perfect. It's about making progress. It's about learning, growing, getting healthier, challenging yourself, trying something new, and working to achieve a goal in exercise and in life. That was a good one because spring is basically here and everybody's just probably gained 5, 10 pounds for the winter and they just feel sluggish and they just want some exercise and some oxygen and some breathing. And we went to the park the other day and had dinner and it was nice. There were duckies and stuff there, and I didn't even realize they were there. I would have took some bread. But yeah, get out, breathe some fresh air, take some deep breaths, move, garden, feed the birds, whatever you have to do. But move on, move. Okay. I'm going to go to the Dreams of Gaia because the Dreams of Gaia was really crazy how they came out today. Tonight. And it's everything we've been learning. And I'm pretty sure that Spirit wants us to keep learning this because these are the most important things that it came out with. I couldn't believe it. Now, the first card that we got in the Dreams of Gaia was the Ace of Fire. And we got that the other day, and I'm thinking, why is that coming back out? I mean, we've got it, I think, a couple times this week. But with the cards that come out, I wasn't surprised. The Ace of Fire, if you look at it, it's an amazing card. That is a dragon, a golden dragon, with a black widow spider protecting a golden egg. And this is new beginnings. This is intuitive action, conception, invention, creation, creativity, and procrastination. Yeah, I think we got it yesterday or the day before. Um, like all of the ace cards, the Ace of Fire represents the promise of new beginnings and opportunities. But unlike the other aces, this card also represents action. It represents the power for and the necessity of taking the initiative and actively pursuing our goals. It is about taking advantage of the opportunities we are presented with and opposed to thinking about it. It is good to have a goal, to dream, and to make plans, but the Ace of Fire lets us know that now is the time to move beyond research and planning. It is time to take the first real steps toward getting things underway. Oh, this is when I said somebody's been procrastinating. It is time to follow through on inspiration and create. It is time to weave your future into being. Time for you to begin your active participation. The Ace of Fire also symbolizes inventiveness. Take an old idea and make it better, or create something new and unique. Whatever you seek to do, you can now make it your own and imbue it with your unique perspective and imagination. Now, rather than follow tradition, do something in a way that offers a new approach. You are surrounded by such potential, so much potential at this moment. The Ace of Fire represents passion and excitement. It is a time full of energy and life. Take advantage of this moment and the power it brings. Uh, yeah, that is telling you that you need to pursue whatever you're doing and create. What do you want to create? Do what you love and love what you do. It's always told us that. So think about it. Write some stuff down. Play with it. You can do whatever you want. It's your story. It's your journey, isn't, you start out in life listening to your parents, and then you go through life either getting married, listening to somebody else, or listening to teachers or everything else. Now you're at the point where you can create your own story and create your own thing, and you're procrastinating it. Nothing's holding you back now. Nobody's telling you what to do. You're on your own. So create. We got the clarifier was the high priest number 5, and that is wisdom. You have the wisdom within to create. Why are you procrastinating? Listen to your inner wisdom which will guide you towards a new educational path, belief, or teacher. This is this is your path. This is your journey. This is the wisdom that you have and what you want to do with it. Hey, just like P.S. I love you when her husband died and she wasn't sure what to do. Write it all down, even if it's crazy. She wrote spy and everything else. One night she flung a buckle and it landed on a shoe. She loved shoes and she became a shoe designer. You don't even know what you're going to do. The sky's the limits. That's what you got to look at. Don't look at all the bad, look at all the good. We got so many major we only got two fires and everything else was a major arcana. So it was pretty crazy. Another one we've been getting, gotta find it. I keep going by it, is the number 8, and it's the death and rebirth card. We've been getting this one a lot. And we've been getting the ace. I thought that was crazy that it came out with that and the ace of swords. So, and it's in actually the present position. When the death and rebirth card appears in the present, it represents a moment of dawning awareness and empathy when you realize you want a different life to the one you are living. Your beliefs have changed in a radical way, or you do not really like the person you are or are on a path to become. It is a sudden change of mind that transforms who you are in a very short span of time, sometimes instantly. Have you ever experienced a moment when you have seen yourself reflected in the words and actions of another person and find yourself suddenly wanting to be a better person? It is not a judgment of the other person, but a simple awareness that you are not presenting yourself in a manner that is in alignment with your core values. It is a light switch moment when you change from one state of being to another in a heartbeat. It is time for a new beginning, a change in beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. Letting go in these moments is the easiest part. But to those around you, the changes that have gone on within you are not obvious until they are acted upon. Sometimes that involves making real changes in your life, changing your lifestyle and behavior, your career, your relationship. Sometimes you even have to change the way you speak because your new state of mind and beliefs are in conflict with the manner in which you express yourself and communicate with others. Maybe you use words that suggest a lack or restrictive or limiting beliefs, and you are so used to using them that embracing positive terms feels alien and awkward. To begin with, keep going. Continue to be mindful of your negative dialogue and change it accordingly. Remember also to be kind to yourself. A sudden change of mind means time to filter through and manifest in your behavior, especially if the change is one that also ends long-term patterns of behavior. The death rebirth card signifies that awareness is the key. For the time being, action will speak so much louder than words. Do not tell everyone that you have changed. Instead, be the change. I wrote down there underneath the reading that downloads are coming through instantly through telepathic awareness. I think I already read this, but it's kind of like what this just said. We are awakening fast now. Pay attention to signs and nudges. Yes, I did read it, but that's what this is saying. Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys need a pen and a piece of paper and just start channeling. Sit down and just start getting the words that they will literally come to you. Yeah, we are becoming aware as fast as our light shines. Yeah. Okay, we are becoming aware fast as our light shines brightly and makes the shadows visible to the light warriors. These are things that I've been writing, that I've been channeling. We must become aware of what is happening. And then our mission is to be a lighthouse in the storm. And then I put the world as a stage. The light needs to take center stage through the heart space. Look at all the value and power of you. Put down on a piece of paper love, belief, choices, and spiritual. Write it down. Write what ask it. Do a question mark. Look at the value and power of yours. What you do, what you like. Look at your choices. Write them down on a piece of paper. You can see them better. Yeah, the World Fairs and the Truman Show. I keep going back to the Truman Show. If you've never watched the Truman Show, watch the Truman Show because it's like we're living in the Truman Show. But yeah, this is a great card to get because this is rebirth. He's going out of the death. See, we've been coming out of the death of the old. Okay, there's only a little bit left that we're not releasing, and we're going in and going around the golden egg to happiness, to our Shambhala. That's what it's showing us. It's a beautiful message how it went. Now, the clarifier for that was the Ace of Cups, and it's love. Open your heart and trust. You need not be overwhelmed by emotion. Just be open to what comes to you. This is beginnings, passion, creativity, fulfillment, overflow of emotions, and intensity. So, yeah, this brings the desire as you find fulfillment through an artistic pursuit or a new relationship. You may create a baby that is your project, a new business, a book, planting a garden, or decorating your home. This card, along with the Queen of Ocean, reveals pregnancy, motherhood, and joy. The ace, while being a positive card, can also bring emotions that feel overwhelming. We are going to have emotions. We're going to have those ups and downs, like, the changes and the release of the old. The release of the old sometimes is the hardest. I don't really look back at the old. I mean, if it's beautiful, I look back at it, but if it's ugly, I don't even think about it. I think I wiped it out of my energy source. It's just like it's gone. Now, the other card we got was an 11, and that is a master number. And this is what we've been talking about for so long that we have to balance out as our masculine and feminine. And it is the balance of the energies. It's the polarity. We've got to know when we need to use the masculine, not the gender, the emotion. And we got to know when to use the feminine. And we got to learn to balance those out. Once you do that, you're in alignment. Feminine energy serves to nurture, and masculine energy serves to protect. Too much of one and not enough of the other. Time to evaluate and realign. Allow the energy to increase and eat. Embrace the energy that best suits your needs. So, yeah, if you're walking around all masculine with ego bursting at the seams, and whether you're male or female, the sexual part, yeah, that doesn't matter. This is about consciousness. This is about emotions and how you react to things. If you're reacting like a man when you should be reacting like a woman, tune it down. Look at what you're doing and how you're doing it. Yeah, put aside the gender stereotypes, and we're both masculine and feminine. The 11 of fire is a balancing and realigning. Yeah. On an energetic level, our masculine aspects serve to protect self and others, while our feminine aspect serves to nurture self and others. In simplicity, society, a typical male will embody a more masculine energy than female. They are characteristically more aggressive and forceful, but also very protective of those they feel are in need of protection. The men are like the guy on the white horse. He's going to come in and save you, and no, it's just you're going to save yourself, but you have to realize you have to balance yourself out with the world around you, especially the 3D world. So that was a really so far good message. Now we did get the Six of Cups as the clarifier for the masculine and feminine, and its reflection. Enjoy reconnecting with the happiest aspects of your past, which energize, entertain, and inspire you for the future. The past comes to life as someone from your past returns. This may be an old friend or an old flame. Equally, you may find other ways to slip back into the safe haven of your former years through reminiscing over old times, enjoying the company of children, creativity and play, or returning to a favorite childhood place. In relationships, you find a sense of peace, security, and comfort. So, yeah, when all I can say is when you balance yourself out and you go through the dark night of the soul and you go through all this stuff, you don't react like you used to because you know the person that's saying that, unless they have facts on pieces of paper and they're telling you information, something, and they're telling you about you, they're saying you did this and that's their opinion. So do you care? Okay, they gave you your opinion. Walk away now. It was just an opinion. It doesn't mean you're like that. People take things too seriously. Really. We had rain all day here, and of course they've been spraying, but the sky looks so weird. It's like this gray color, like clay. Like when they're done spraying, it's not even, oh, it just looks like a veil of clay across the sky. It just looks so weird. It doesn't even look like normal storms. Um, The other card that we got was the number 21, which is a three. And this is a divine message because we've already got a three. And this is perception. And we really need to work on this because this is very important. All of these, actually, the new beginning, the death and rebirth, and the masculine, feminine, and the perception is some of the biggest things that we need to fix, that we need to look into, that we need to reflect on about our personality, because this is what creates the illusion of the perception. Perception shapes your worldview. Understand what your senses tell you. We have to use our senses more. Knowledge and understanding are limited. Change perception cannot be unchanged. Is your perception clouded? Take the high ground, seek a new perspective, challenge your perception. Who influences your perception? Do you have all the facts? Present yourself honestly. Watch for false perceptions. Now, this is in the future. So I am going to read the future of this card. When the perception card appears in the future position, it represents a very simple truth. An altered perception alters how you perceive your future. An altered perception changes everything from your outlook on life to your state of mind to what you desire and your future goals. Perception is fluid, and whilst it cannot be reset, it can and does shift and alter all the time. The perception card as the future position symbolizes the need to take a moment to look at how a change or altered perception may affect your long-term goals and desires. Perception is everything. And if your perception has changed, your thoughts, feelings, and desires for the future may have changed also. That being said, it takes time for the effect of an altered perception to filter through and be processed and understood fully, especially if your present today life is in a state of flux or confusion. If you have recently experienced a moment that has altered your perception dramatically, then give yourself time to absorb everything. Let things settle before you set to make big changes to your life that may in turn change your future direction to one that in a moment of future hindsight, you didn't really want. You released what you didn't really want. Yeah. I keep seeing that if you're not in a relationship, work on yourself. I keep wanting, something keeps telling me to say that, because if you haven't went through the dark night of the soul, if you haven't worked on yourself balancing and you're not in a relationship, but you want a relationship, until you get yourself balanced, dark night of the soul, and actually love yourself the way you are, the love won't be as good, because how can you go and love someone if you don't even love yourself? And not the ego love, the heartfelt love that you are perfect in every way because you were made by the creator. So we have to be careful with that kind of energy going on in our inner when we want to get into a relationship, because that will mess it up if we're not there yet. We've all been there, done that. We got number 7, the sage. And this is be the storyteller. Communicate your thoughts and feelings, know your audience, devote time to research and investigation, learn the traditions and customs of others, know your ancestors and heritage, sage advice both given and received. There is no good time to give unsolicited advice. Question your traditional reactions and responses. Do not speak so much that you forget to listen. Be wary of the smooth talker and do not embellish the truth. And this is in the future also, because those are the last 2 cards. Knowledge in all its form aids the decision-making process. It makes our choices clear. Do you have faith in the ability of humanity to continue to grow and learn? If we look back at the past, we can see that we have grown as a race. Outdated and false beliefs have been cast aside as humans understand increases and our knowledge grows. However, we must also accept that much of what we know now will be deemed inaccurate or false in the future. That is the way of knowledge. It evolves and changes as we do. Much of what we have now in the present was once believed to be improbable or impossible in the past. All of our technology advancements were once the stuff of fantasies and imagination. We as a race continue to grow and evolve because people challenge, question, and defy those who have told them that their actions are foolish or flawed. They have studied, researched, investigated, debunked, and invented, and in doing so, have moved us to knowledge we have at this point in time. In 200 years, will people look back and shake their heads over our barbarianism and ignorance, or will they see the history that we create in a positive light? We in the present have so much to be proud of, but we just as much that we should be ashamed of. What stories will the sage of the future tell us? Will they tell a tale that will make others weep over the traditions and cultures that have been lost to political correctness, globalization, and manipulation? Will they score us because we have created and damaged and polluted world that is made hostile to human growth and development? Will they look back with pride, or will the sage of the future be silent because we of the present sowed the seed of our destruction? The sage of every generation speaks of humanity's history and how it shaped our present and future. In the future, will they continue to rejoice in our ability to learn and evolve and adapt? Or will they be too busy rebelling against the limits and restrictions we have imposed upon ourselves in the present in order to create a normal? Complaint constants where chaos is no longer a natural state. Will the future be a place where everyone is the same and those who are not are made the same by pharmacology means? A place where thought and knowledge and the information shared are controlled even more so than they are now? When the sage appears in the future position, he represents the importance of learning and cherishing the knowledge of your family line and the history of your people. If you do not understand, ask. If you do not learn, learn. If you do know, share. Celebrate the role of the sage and offer your knowledge. Tell your stories for no other reason except that knowing where we come from and what we have endured improves us and enables us to live a mindful, aware life that creates a better future for all. He also represents living in a manner that you know will make your grandchildren and great grandchildren look back with pride. That is a deep card because right now, if our children look back, they would see a chaotic, horrible, corrupt world that we have all created. And it's actually really sad that we have done that, but we did, and we're all guilty. Now, we got the 15, the vortex in now with the sage. And this reveals you've become trapped. You may be enslaved by a job, a financial contract, or love and lust. A common meaning of the vortex is affairs. This situation means you feel you have little power and that another person or other parties have control over you. You may be feeling attracted to a person or situation that will do you no good. For this reason, an additional meaning of the vortex is addiction to substance or love itself. However, your bondage is an illusion. You can decide to break free whenever you choose. If you decide it's time to break an agreement or habit, to do it. It will be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you are. Take back your power. This is choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restriction, and addiction. Yeah, that's so what I'm thinking right now and what I need to say is if you're telling a story of your story, is it right now in a vortex? Is it in an addiction? Is it in an emotional turmoil? Because you should keep track of that too. You should write that down too, because it's something you went through and did it change and did it help you? Because all the turmoil that we go through, anything, it just levels us up. It just makes us stronger for the next time and makes us wiser. Now, we got quite a few tarot cards. We don't have any more of the Dreams of Gaia. That was the last one. But we did get a couple fly out afterwards, and I decided to keep them because they were so now, from the vortex, the temptation, we got after that, we got the King of Swords, ambition. Look to the facts before you make a decision. Okay. So we have the storyteller, and we have kind of like affairs at the heart, like things going on. What kind of story are we telling right now? And we've got ambition. We've got look to the facts before you make your decision. So you're caught, are you caught in this whirlwind because you haven't made your decision yet and you're just weighing it around? If you look back in this vortex of decision you can't make, and you look back and tell that story, would you want that story told in your book? So think about that. What you're going through right now. If you write it down, write everything down you're going through. I don't care if it's a 3-page story, just write it down. Put a date on it, put it away for a while. And then about a week later, 2 weeks later, go back and look at it and see what your perception is on the situation. It might be different because you're reading it and you thought about it, but you forgot about it if you didn't write it down. Play the game with yourself, realize what you're doing and how you can change it. Now, the next one we got was the King of Wands, lots of kings. And this is practicality. Explore your passion and look to unconventional people and new places. This is energy, creativity, power, wisdom, passion, freedom, and openness. Yeah, that helps with the ambition card because there is ambition there and people do want to do things. And the last, did we get another one? No. This was the last card we had was balance, was justice. Take a practical approach if you need to and make a decision. Go with what is realistic rather than idealistic. The solution doesn't need to be perfect, just workable. If a decision that affects you is made by others, accept it as the best they can do at this time. Calm, decision, integrity, truth, legal issue, support, and vindication. Um, that is also a balance. So get your stuff in order and it'll balance your life out, is what that is really saying. We had a lot of, and all of those cards, I mean, seriously, that is basically what we've been going over and everything. I was kind of shocked that they came out the way they did. Now, the Divine Master wanted to come out, and we got Hanuman, and the other day, we had Hanuman's, the one Hanuman protected, Rama, and I can't remember the other name. Hanuman, devoted warrior, let God's love hold you in strength. Hanuman is the Hindu warrior, teacher, and divine companion and protector of the teacher Rama, the son of the winged teacher. A value, he is loved by many, not only because of his monkey form, but also because his sheer dedication to Rama is inspirational to all spiritual devotees. Hanuman is one of the main characters in the Hindu epic in Ramayana. The story goes that after a great war, there was a procession, and Rama and his wife Sita honored those who had fought for them. When it came to Hanuman, Sita took her favorite pearls off and placed them around his neck. Like a cheeky monkey, Hanuman began to bite them open like nuts and look inside each one. Startled, Rama wondered why he would do such a thing. Hanuman said, I am looking for you, my lord. I love you, Insida, so much. You are all I could ever want. If I were to rip open my heart and show it to you, there you would be. Thereupon he began to rip his chest open, and there, sitting there where his heart would be, was an image of Rama and Sita. This is why Hanuman's the Lord of devotion. When you devote yourself to a vision with unwavering faith, you become in the support of the universe. Today, the devoted heart of Hanuman is guiding you to reflect on your strengths and talents. You are someone who gives with all your heart, but may find it hard to receive in return. In fact, you give without looking for anything in return, but the universe wants you to make more time, energy, and space to be supported too. Because when you open up to the possibilities of being supported and nourished, you allow yourself to be replenished, and thus you have more to give. You are being honored today for your commitment to what is important to you. The universe sees you as vital to healing and expansion. But in order to keep going with the mission, let your heart be served in return. A true warrior shield is the love of God. That's beautiful. I really like that. Okay. We've got Gateway of Light activation, and this is Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by the light. Orion is one of the best known constellations in the night sky. Its name is Greek for hunter, and its stars can be seen as a figure with a sword, accompanied by a dog, Sirius. At the center of the constellation, three stars, Alnica, Alanum, and Mentka, appear in a belt-like form. To the south of Orion's belt, there's a nebula that has revealed much about how stars and planetary systems are formed. The best way to describe this space is as a star nursery during the stars' last evolutionary stages. It explodes into a supernova, which provides a perfect space for a new star to be born. The Orion constellation is a home to a number of higher beings, many of whom are dedicated to the evolution of our planet. Even though the idea of the constellation being the hunter may make it seem highly masculine, its energies are in fact similar to those of Lemurians, and its inhabitants therefore honor all beings. The beings of Orion are in fact sacred space holders who help all of those with star power and star potential to make the changes required to become the most ascended and aware form of themselves. All of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. It is essential for your old ways of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. The old stories of your life aren't yours to live out or live up to. You are far greater than these limiting experiences. The beings of Orion are surrounding you now, and they see you as one of them, someone who has been born with the knowledge that they can live with great purpose and make a real difference to the world, whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet. When you draw this card, you are being reminded that you have infinite star potential. We are superstars, definitely. Okay, we got one more. We got the human spirit oracle. And we got a number 17. I love that. That's the cue of the card. Easy does it. I wondered what that said. It says dream right here. And she's got petals of flowers. She's got energy circling. She's got her eyes closed, but she's got her third eye wide open. Inhale the good shit and exhale the bad shit. We love this sassy mantra because they are absolutely words to live your life by. Take a breath and slow down. In the breath, there is a stillness, a moment of peace. It is important as a human to recharge not just our minds, but our body and soul as well. You cannot always be given 100%. Not only is it exhausting to you, but it is also can be exhausting to those around you. When you are feeling overwhelmed, just remember to hit the pause button. There are so many fun ways to do this. You can take a bubble bath and just sit in the stillness around you, powering down and recharging. Maybe you prefer meditating, gardening, or curling up for a cat nap. Take at least 10 minutes a day to unwind and let go of the demands and stress of life. Yeah, I completely agree. Sometimes I'll go and lay down for 20 minutes just to meditate and get my mind away from everything. Now I'm gonna see what else I doodled on this. When I am channeling, you'll notice when you channel and you're writing, you're scribbling and you're trying to get everything you're channeled. So sometimes I do it all over the place, and I've got to make sense of it where I am. I doodled December 2012. A new cycle started. In 3D Matrix, 75% of what you see in here are made up. I just watched a thing that they can take somebody and use their voice and their looks, and it's just somebody with a green screen behind them, and they can project somebody else. I always said that you have Walt Disney World. Anybody who's ever been to Walt Disney World, it's amazing. Some of those rides are so real, you think you're like Search for Tomorrow and stuff. You think you're flying in the sky. Why couldn't they have had that technology back then? Why couldn't we be in like the Truman Show? Why couldn't we be in something like that, like the World's Fair, where they built so much? Because from what I've been told, the old maps show that across that the Antarctic, the wall, there is more land than here, and it's absolutely beautiful. Uh, General Byrd had flown over there back in the 50s and seen it, and he come back and talked about it, and they told him to hush. They didn't want us to know. So are they redoing our world over there and we're going to transform over there and they can take time to clean this up over here? Mm, we'll see. They always create problem, reaction, and solution. Everything is controlled. All of this is conditioning the masses, but when you are awake, consciousness takes the power. So remember that when we are awake and they're doing all their conditioning, like their little baloney, they're like, say you see somebody and you're like, that is not them. You can see it now. You can see that these look really close at these people. You can see it's not them. I mean, think about it. Some of these people are 100 years old and they look younger than us. They look younger than 30. Come on. Unless they have the secret of anti-aging, there's somebody else there. Uh, Yeah, the world is a stage. The light needs to take center stage. Yeah, I think we really need to look into um, the world fairs and the Truman Show. Because if the world fairs were back in 1791 and they could do that in like, I think it was, they said 6 months, they could put it up and they could tear it down immediately. It was like a whole, they had like free electric. It was a whole city. Yeah, it really took me back when I was watching some things a couple of years ago. They had Ewan, I think it was called EWAN, I think, and he had the whole documents on the mud flies and Tartaria and the World Fairs, and it was pretty crazy. There's no way that they had a chisel and a hammer and a horse and buggy. So, especially with the pyramids, they would have had either they levitated the stones into the pyramid or they had ships that moved the stones. I would say they levitated them. I would say they were masters of the mind. And that's where we're going. Okay, that is it. That is it for Thoth Tuesday. And this week is just flying. I hope everybody has a beautiful, magical Thoth Tuesday. And I love everybody. And may every step in your journey be magical. Just be you.